This is the biggest problem every pianist faces at one point in their career.
Playing along with the song, when the places like at church, for instance, and people are singing and when I actually play along with them, that becomes a start to me.
And trust me, within minutes, we solved this with a simple gospel song.
Okay.
Now, if you have just 30 seconds, this is exactly what I did. And the time starts now. So this right here is Lefika. Lefika is from Botswana. He likes to play in F sharp.
You also sing in F sharp. Wow.
So here's the thing. He cannot accompany singers on the piano when they sing. So I asked him to give me a song.
A very common song.
It's Yeshua.
So we found the melody of the song. Once we found the melody, I told him to use the melody to find the harmony. I gave him different ways in which we can use to find the harmony.
Somebody could do.
It took a while, but made him come up with harmonies himself using the melody.
Okay.
And voila, ladies and gentlemen, we can now accompany singers on the piano when they sing. But if you have a few more minutes to spare, allow me to give you a much more detailed description.
Now, basically, music is made up of three things, right? Rhythm, melody, and then harmony. So these are the only things that you're going to need. There will be some issues that might rise up if people are singing and then you can't play along with them. One can be you guys are not in the same key. And then secondly, the harmony. You backing them with the chords. Now, harmony is a group of notes that come together and then they are played at the same time. That's what we even call the chord, right? That's a harmony. In order for there to be a country, there needs to be people. To be a Botswana, you have to come from Botswana. So we need a lot of people to come from that same country for them to be one. If we are creating chords or we are backing somebody up, most of the time it's one person singing on a mic. They are singing a melody. So give me a song. Sing it, let me see. Okay. You also sing in F sharp. Wow. Now let me explain. Yeshua. Before I can find a group of Botswana, I need to first find one person from that country to be able to find the group because he can identify the people from that country. So if you want to be able to back somebody up when they are playing in church, you need to find the melody that the person is playing before you can find the harmony. So if I'm to go back to the song that we were playing, the way I'm able to play along to help anybody singing this song is that I have to find. This is the first note. Which kind of harmony? This is the melody. The melody is the movement of one note to another in a systematic way. Once I found this, I think which notes are going to sound well on this melody, which chord, which harmony. To find the harmony, like I said, this is someone from Botswana. I have to look for the people in that same country. That's why we created something that we call the chords, and that's how we created a triad. And the triads are just three notes together. So now I have to listen. You know how to play basic chords, right?
Yes.
So how many chords do you think you can form out of just this note? Okay. You played this note. You found this chord for me. You did. You found this one too for me. You also found this one too for me. You know your inversions well. The reason why I'm teaching you this, I want to teach you the basics of how we are able to come up with chords. You first need to have the melody in your head. Think of it as you are a singer, right? And then you are in the studio. You're coming up with your song. When you are the one who is coming up with the song, it's two things. You either start to play the chords on the keyboard and then you start to form the melodies. But the melodies will be around the chord on that the person is playing. Or you start to sing the melody, then the person playing will now start to form the chords. But the chords will have to be around the melody that you are singing in. So now if we go back to the keyboard, listen to the melody, you have to get the melody right if you are creating a song. And then after that, you try to see which kind of harmonies would work well on the melodies you are having. And that's when we are able to create all those kind of songs. And then after a while, you begin to form some kind of patterns in your head. Because you know, when you play, you can play. You see what I just played? I could play. This is the melody, and I'm now trying to see how I can get harmonies out of the melodies just by using simple basic triad. And so if somebody lifts up a song, what you are doing right now is that you are training your ears to be able to now recognize patterns. But when you are now beginning, you have to sit down with the melody that you have and see which kind of chords can fit well in the melody. The first note is what? So somebody can do. So yeah, so somebody could do. You could start with the La. So you see what I did? The person looked at the melody and said, okay, fine, I'm going to play the whole melody in root notes. You understand when somebody says root notes, right? This is the root. This is my first time hearing the song. So let me just listen to the melody of the person playing and see whether root notes will fit. So person will say, yes, You see what I did? My root note is just here. So I was just playing. The melody right now has put me in a box and I'm supposed to play around those melodies. So this is what we have. We have the melody of Yeshu, and then the melodies are fixed. Most of the time when you are starting, try and make sure that any chord you play has the melody inside. So music is subjective. And when I say subjective, it is what is pleasing to your ear. So right now, with all that I've explained, I want to let you come up with the chords that you like from this particular song. So first of all, you find the melodies of the song yourself, then you come up with the chords that you'd like in the song. Okay.
So,
Okay. So you don't always have to switch the chord you are playing every time the person changes the melody. You just have to think, how fast is the person coming back to the melody that I am on? The person played, the person sang that. But you can see that when the person sings, Yesu, when it goes back to the so, they come back straight to the La quickly. Do you understand? So I could say, okay, I'm not going to move from the La chord that I'm playing. So, Yesu. This is the first chord that I decided to use, which is La. Somebody can decide to use Fa because there's La in the Fa. If you spell it, it's, you see? You see what I did? When you are trying to find the chords that you're playing along with somebody, there are some melodies that the person will be on for about maybe 3 seconds, 4 seconds. Yesu. They're still coming back to this. Ooh. So this is a melody that is very, very dominant in the song that is being played. How can I form a chord that will make me stay there and, relax there for a while? So now I have to think of, okay, which chord is nice, pleasing to my ears? Is it the La chord? Or is it this chord? This is the same inversion of the La. This is, I think, the second inversion. You have to think of plenty chords. Somebody can choose this. That's the Fa. Somebody can choose the Re. Yesu. It still has. That is if you want to be creative. Now, if you listen to the song, the person who created the song has given you the chords that they used for the song. But if you want to change it, or you've never heard the song before, how can I come up with something that will fit inside? If the song is already out there, you've heard the song, then fine. All you need to do is just listen to the bass line and then follow what the bassist is playing. Once the bassist plays a root note of, let's say, all you do is just create chords out of those root notes that he's playing. And so let's go back to your keyboard and let's see whether you're getting what I'm saying. So, okay. 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 So that's it. This is from you, from within. You didn't listen to the song or anything. We didn't listen to we are just trying to play along with whatever we heard, right? And that's how we find melodies of the song.
So there you have it, guys. I hope you learned a lot from this video. Now, would you be kind enough to leave a like on this video? It goes a long way to help somebody who really needs to see this. And if you want to hop on a call with me, join the waitlist. And until then, be creative.